Hey everybody, this video we're putting the motor together for the Boomobile. I hope you guys like it. It's a little long, but please watch it. Thanks. Just came in the mail. Booder Mobile be up and running soon. I got extra head gaskets and stuff. Yeah, there's the cylinder head. I gotta make sure it's the right one though. It does look slightly different, but it did say 110. Alright everyone. We're gonna put this thing together in the house because it's a little bit cold out there today. So let's get started. I'll set you guys up and get y'all a time lapse. I got a lot of cleaning to do. This piston's pretty nasty. You get all this stuff cleaned up, all these seals. I got a gasket kit for it. So I can replace all the seals, which ones that need to be, and the piece de resistance that came broken. Yeah, broke a fin off on the shipping, but it's all right. Brand new setup. Just gotta do the valve lash and set the timing up on it. She'll be good to go. All right, find y'all a spot to set y'all up so I can time lapse this. And it begins. Fun. All right, everyone. Got to make sure you get your surfaces clean. See this little spot right there? You don't want to score it or scratch. You just want to get that high stuff off of there. Get that high stuff off. She'll seal up nicely. Just take your time. Feel for any goo or high spots. Use your finger. Check it out. There's an imperfection right here though, but that shouldn't be a problem. That's ran fine before. Just want to make sure you get all this little stuff knocked down. Get it nice and clean. The worst part about the whole job is getting these gaskets cleaned off. And making sure nothing big goes down in any of the oil holes or drain back holes. I still gotta clean the top of this piston. Still trying to think of how I'm gonna do that. Make sure I don't get no dirt in these rings like there is already. But yep, it's getting there. And the worst part, cleaning these damn gaskets off. All right, I'm gonna spare everybody the gasket scraping. I'll set up a time lapse when I'm getting ready to put it all back together. But it's come along. It's still really, I wish I would have pressure washed it before I took it apart, but oh well. Trying to keep the dirt out of it as best as possible. All right, everyone. Make sure you take your paper towels out of everything. I'm getting ready to start putting things back together. Got the piston pretty cleaned off. It's not perfect, don't need to be. Just get some of the big stuff off. All the gasket surfaces are as clean as I could get. I go through and double check. I'm gonna try and find a spot to set you guys up at, so you guys can watch. Let's see here. Hope y'all can see me. Alright, first things first. Timing chain. Double check. Make sure your dowels are in place. Double check everything, make sure it's clean. Gotta get my base gasket and my O-ring, little tiny O-ring, drain back. Head gasket, base gasket. Hey. Base gasket. Thread the stuff through for the timing chain. Didn't have any string laying around, so I used what I had available, which is wire, which works. Base gasket going on. Base, get down, Charlotte. It's Charlotte, everyone. No, you can't go play with your husband. Not right now. All right. Base gasket's down. O-rings in. Time to thread this through. Come here. It's fighting me. Come on. Why do you want to fight me? There we go. Alright. I'm going to pull this timing chain through. Gotta get on the studs. Stop right there and grab our timing chain guide and roller, or guide roller and bolt. You want to stick it in between the chain and stick it up in there. Line it up and go. Lined up. Yeah, there, Charlotte. Now, I won't torque that down until I'm done, but timing chain's on there. Now we start working our rings. One at a time. Charlotte. There we go. I think I got my first one started. Yep. No ring compressing tool needed. All right. Make sure your dowels are in place because they just slid up on me. So they might move on you a little. All right. Don't forget to put your bolt in the base. I won't tighten and torque this down until after I get the 4 studs tighten it. Sometimes this gasket will move on you a little bit. Lift up a touch. There we go. All right. Now, for the timing, as long as you are on this T through this little sight hole, I'll show you a little bit closer here in a second. As long as you're on that T and your timing mark is right, there's a little notch in here inside the head here. I'll get a closer up of that too for you guys. And there's a dot right here on this gear. You gotta line those up. And timing should be good. Okay. That part's done. Double check, make sure she's nice and clean. Ready to accept the new head. Their head gasket. Of course, you got to thread the timing chain through. Be gentle. Don't force anything because you don't want this gasket messed up. That's what's sealing your compression into your engine. You want all of that. You definitely want all of it. Okay, gasket's on. I'm going to grab another seal in my kit, which would be this one right here, this little black one. I don't know how well y'all can see it, but it's a square seal, O-ring seal, square, which means it has flat edge, it's all flat on all the edges. It goes right here on the top. Bingo bango, that's your oil drain back for your head. All right, I think I'm ready to untie my wire. Now it shouldn't fall back in because I got that guide right there. Now when I disassembled this, I took the timing gear off. I'm going to see if I can get it back on without removing that, but I might have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove that cam gear to do this correctly. All right, back in a minute. All right, everyone, I'm back. I almost forgot. Timing chain tensioner spring. That'll probably be the last thing I stick on. All right, got the cam gear out the way. Let's get these lined up. Timing chain. Up and through. Some shrapnel in this head. And it looks like I gotta rotate these. Well, how the hell am I supposed to rotate those? This is what I mean, everybody. Check your stuff. Big old chunk of metal right there. And the rocker arm pins are not in the correct position. Let's see if we can fish this piece of metal out. Nope, got it. It landed on my arm. And you're right there on my arm. Nice shiny piece of metal. I'd like to have that going through my motor. Well, the Boo-mobile. Now, let's see if I can get these to rotate and line up. Or is it supposed to go this way? Okay, I got that one. Alright, got a little gap now. Let's see if I can move it. Nope, not gonna fit. Let's see. Okay, got it. Try this again. Lining up your studs, timing chain through. Voila, there we go. Now, timing chain. This is definitely not the fun part. What I think has to happen is I think the head's got to be torqued down first before I can put this gear on, because there's just too much gap to get it on. All right, so now we need this piece and this gasket. Now, I was told that these are not symmetrical and there's a certain way they go on. There's an actual arrow on it too. I think it faces up. Let me see what the gasket. Try flipping it over. Makes any difference on the lineup. See, it doesn't line up that way. It doesn't line up that way. It doesn't line up that way. It's the only way it lines up. I just don't like the way it hangs over so much. All right, arrow goes down. Copper washer goes on this one because oil feeds up through this stud hole for the top of the motor. It works all through this channel here. Make sure everything's clean, of course. This one, it's got a bunch of junk on the back side of it. Paint from the other head. I'm gonna see if I can't scrape most of that off. I want nothing giving us a false reading for our torque. Got most of it cleaned off. There you go. All right, time to break out the torque wrench. I forgot to tell everybody the torque specs is 13 to 15 foot-pounds, and I went in the middle. I ended up getting some batteries, and she's all torqued together now. Alright everyone, I'm just gonna, since my batteries are bad and my torque wrench, I'm just gonna go around and snug these up. I don't know what the torque spec is. I still gotta look it up, but just trying to get it all snugged down nice and evenly. Torqued. Motor's moving. She's torqued. Alright, everything's kind of snugged down now. Yep, they gave me just about what I needed. I can tell by looking at that bolt, that's about how far off it was on here. Alright. Alright, she's all back together now. I gotta finish torquing this and this. Well, that one's loose still. Yeah, I gotta finish torquing those. I don't have the batteries for the torque wrench right now to torque the head bolts, the studs down to the right thing, but timing chain's on. Timing's set. There's a little mark. Let's see if I can get in here. There's a mark somewhere in there. It's easy to see with the naked eye, but hard to see with the phone. I got it all lined up. All right, everybody. The motor's finished. It's back together. Let's hope it runs. Next video, be putting it back in the frame and getting it all back together. Thanks. Enjoy. Until next video. Please like and subscribe.